Ready. All right. So those of you who just came on, we were talking about the new moon and how it represents, this particular new moon, a movement from a period of darkness into a period of flow and fluidity. So, and change. And we are asked to remove all of our doubt, all of our fears, to enjoy and to flow like a river and accept change. So close your eyes and come inside. Focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in and think about breathing in new life as every cell in your body is generated by your breath, your prana. And when you exhale, think about letting go of all the obstacles, all the things that get in your way of embracing change, of accepting a new world, of embracing new opportunities. Inhale, new life. Exhale, let go of anything that gets in the way. Let it go. And continue with your centering pranayama at your own pace. Return to your natural rhythm of breathing and slowly open your eyes. Okay. So let's begin as usual with our side body stretches. Right arm moves away from your hip, left arm alongside your ear. Push your right hand a little bit into the mat so you can open up your heart a little bit more so that you don't cave in, so that you stay open to change. Bend your right elbow so that your shoulder moves away from your ear. And then use your right hand again to push off the mat and spring all the way over to the other side. Bend your elbow again. Open up your heart. And then when you push off your left hand this time, both arms will come up and your left hand will land on your right knee. You will turn to look over your right shoulder. Feel the little nuances of this twist. Notice how your long, straight back feels, how your middle, where you're twisting from, feels, how your neck feels. Bring both arms up alongside your ears. Twist on an exhale all the way to the other side, looking over your left shoulder. And again, notice how your body feels in different spots, and maybe your hips, you can bring that in. Bring your arms up alongside your ears. Exhale to center. Bring your arms down alongside your hips. Send your legs straight out in front of you. Dandasana. Toes pointed to the sky, elbows reaching behind. Inhale, gather, bend your knees. Exhale, bring your prayer to your heart, straighten and point. Inhale, bend and flex. Exhale, point and straighten. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Once more, inhale. This time, with your knees bent, your fingers pointing to the sky, so your hands are separated. You're going to inhale, and then on an exhale with a long, straight back, you're going to hinge forward from your hips, your hip sockets, hinge, and then when you can't maintain the straight back again, allow yourself to just fold over your legs and take hold of the outside of your feet or your ankles or your calves or whatever you can comfortably reach. It's early in class. Do not ask too much of your body. If you have flexible hamstrings, you can lengthen your legs. Look up. Bring your arms alongside your ears and unhinge. Bring your arms back down by your side. Good. Send your arms out in front of you, palms facing each other. Inhale, and on an exhale, reach past your toes or as far as you can go. Any amount is good. Inhale, slide back any amount. Exhale, forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stay down. Bring your forearms onto the mat. Bend your knees. Step your hips towards your heels. Extend your legs again. And make your way all the way onto your back. First thing we're going to do here is stretch. So bring your feet to the mat. Thread your right foot and ankle behind your left heel, your left foot, and just let your right leg open up to the right. So it's flat, your knee is bent, it's flat on the mat. If you can reach your right foot, go for it. If not, just leave your left arm alongside your body. Send your right arm up overhead, back behind you. Try to keep your knee pointing to the ceiling. You're going to push your left foot into the mat while your knee points to the ceiling, and you lift your left hip up and you stretch with your right arm behind you, big long body stretch. And then bring it back down. Felt good, right? Let's do that again. Lift your hip, press your foot into the mat. Arms going in opposite directions. And then bring it back down. Bring your right arm down, both feet on the mat. Send your left foot behind your right. Place your knee and thigh on the mat. Right arm reaches for left foot, or you can just let it lie in that direction. Left arm up alongside your ear. Press your right foot into the mat. Lift your right hip away from the floor and feel your whole body stretch it as your left arm reaches in the opposite direction of your right arm. And then place your hip back down on the mat. On an inhale, we'll do that one more time. Lift your hip, press your right foot into the mat, stretch your arms, and bring it down. Unthread your foot, and bring both feet to the mat. Arms are alongside your body. Let your knees come together and heel toe your feet apart so that you're resting your knees against each other. Your lower legs are in kind of a triangle shape. And you're going to send your head over to the right so that your ear is coming towards the mat. You're going to inhale your nose to center, and you're going to exhale, send your left ear to the left side of the mat. Bring your nose back to center. Lift your head, just your head, look at your knees. Bring your head back down. One more time, lift just your head and bring your head back down. You're going to send your arms back behind you, and you're going to begin to move your arms and your shoulders towards the left so that you're making a little curve with your upper body. And then bring your whole torso back to center and make that same curl over to the right. Come back to center. Bring your arms up, your fingers reaching for the sky. Allow your shoulders to rest comfortably on the mat. So even though your arms are straight and fingers pointing up, don't pull with your shoulders. We're going to do that in a minute, but not right now. Let your shoulders be relaxed in the mat. You're going to reach now with your left hand, reach up for that which you want. Take hold of it and bring it down, bringing your shoulder back down to the mat. Reach up, grab that prize and bring it down. Other side, left arm reaches up, your shoulder extends, make a fist to grab onto what you're hoping for, and bring your shoulder back flat onto the mat. Once more, reach with your left hand, make a fist, bring it down to your mat. Send your arms out to the side in a T shape. and lift them a little bit away from the floor. And begin to make circles. Do it gradually. Start from small circles to big circles with your entire arm, right? All the way from the shoulder socket, you are rotating to wake up those shoulder joints. And then the next time your arms are down on the mat, go the other way, making those same circles. Begin to make them smaller. And I want you to notice as you're doing this, the motion of your shoulder blades on the mat. It's like you're massaging them. And then bring your arms straight back down onto the floor, straight out from your shoulders. Right. Now, bring your feet together, your knees together, and bring both of your knees into your chest and hug them. And roll from side to side. Come back to center. Take your right knee into your chest, interlacing your fingers. So you're hugging just your right knee, releasing your left. And you're going to send your left leg up to the sky. On an inhale, you're going to send your left leg straight down, hovering over the mat. Let it hover maybe an inch away from the mat so it doesn't touch. And then on an exhale, you'll bring your leg back up to step on the ceiling. Your foot is flexed. You're going to do this 3 more times. So inhale your leg down. Stretch it away when it gets down. And then lift it back up. Twice more. Inhale. Stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Stretch your leg away. Exhale. Bend your left knee, hug that knee, send your right knee, leg up to the sky. You're standing on the ceiling with your right leg. On an inhale, you're going to send that right leg down to the mat, hovering over the mat. Exhale, lift it back up, sole of your foot moving towards the ceiling. 3 more times. Inhale, push your foot away. Exhale. Inhale, stretch your right leg. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. Then bring both your knees into your chest. Bring your feet to the mat. And we're going to do a pelvic rock. So we do a pelvic rock by actually moving your pelvis up and down, no other body parts. So you'll notice in your natural stance, there's a little tunnel underneath your lower back. So your lumbar spine there is curled, right? So what you want to do is push into the mat to straighten and flatten that curve. So your tailbone lifts up. And then send your sits bones down and forward so you're recreating that curve in your back, that lumbar curve. And then continue going back and forth, lifting your pelvis at the top of your pelvis, then flattening it back down to the mat, lifting it and bringing it down, lifting it and bringing it down, working on your lower back. And then pause. Right. You're going to walk your 2 feet away from you so they're coming more to the other end of the mat. So your knees are still have a little hill. They're bent a bit, right? And you're going to start to slide your forearms back and lift up your chest and slide your elbows underneath your shoulders, right? So I'll give you time to get there so you can look at me if that was confusing. And walk your feet away. You want to have a little hill with your knees, just a little bit. So we're going to do some sit-ups, but in order to do that, you want to make it a little bit easier. That's why we're lowering the angle of your knees. All right. So now you're going to press into your forearms, into your hands, and push yourself all the way up and come as far forward as you comfortably can. Then gradually bringing your hands back down to the mat, your forearms back down to the mat, your elbows on the mat. Inhale, and then exhale. Repeat that journey back up, come forward. Inhale, your forearms and elbow back down. Exhale, come forward. How are we doing? Bring it down, bring your elbows back down. All right. And come all the way back down onto the mat. Extend both your legs. All right. You're going to send your right arm behind you on the mat or the floor. It's alongside your ear. And you're going to roll over on to your right side. Bring your left hand in front of your ribs or chest. You're going to have to move around a little bit. Yeah. All right. And we did some leg lifts on our back, and now we're going to do them on our side. So lift your leg just a little bit, your top leg a little bit, then a little bit more, then a little bit more, and you'll stop whenever you've met your range, and then go your full range and bring your leg back down. I'm going to do that again, starting gradually. It's like you're ratcheting, right? So a little bit, a little more, and then your full range. And you may have already found it, so go where it is. And bring your leg back down. Okay. Bend both your knees. Right. And open up your top leg so your knee is lifting away from your bottom knee, and bring it back down. So you're opening up butterfly wings, and continue to open and close. Little butterfly flying away. A couple more times. And then close those wings up. Roll on to your back and center yourself on your mat. And then you'll send your left arm back behind you alongside your ear and roll over on to your left side. Let's start with bent knees on this side. So remember to use your right hand as support in front of your ribs. Open those butterfly wings and close 3 more times. All right. Lengthen your legs. And let's do our side leg lift. So lift a little bit more, a little more, and then your complete range as high as you comfortably can go. You're not pushing too much. And bring it back down. Let's do that again. And a little more, and a little more, and then wherever your leg takes you. And bring it down. Right. All right, and now you're going to roll onto your belly. No going to sleep. And slide your elbows underneath your shoulders to come into a Sphinx pose. Let your legs reach straight out from your hips. You're looking over at your kingdom with your gaze. You're looking down. On an inhale, you're going to open up your heart even more. Feel your heart moving forward. On an exhale, you're going to send your head down and feel a little tiny cat spine, just the top of your, where your shoulder blades are up at the top. And then come forward back to your proud Sphinx. And then come to your little baby cat back. And then come back to your Sphinx. Good. You're going to send one elbow out to the side, your hand is in the middle, the other elbow out to the side, piling up your hands, bringing your forehead on to your hands. Your hands become a little pillow. Bring your legs closer together. This is Makarasana, the crocodile pose. So we're going to do a little deeper cat and dog spine here when the crocodile opens up its jaw. So you're going to lift your head. You're going to slide your elbows just a little bit further toward your waist, just a bit, just a couple of inches. So you can have a bigger cat spine when you close your jaw. So now the top of your head is coming toward your hands with your jaw closed. On an inhale, you're going to open up that jaw, look forward. See something good to eat. Exhale back to your cat upper spine. And come back looking forward. And bring your head back down underneath your hands. And rock your hips from side to side. Then slide your hands back so that your hands come under your shoulders. Push into the mat. Push your torso up. Come onto your heels and come to a child's pose. Send your arms straight out overhead for an extended child's pose. Lift your hips, come forward, bringing your heart between your arms. Turn under your toes, lift your knees and your hips up to the sky for downward facing dog. Your upside down V. Your chest comes towards your thighs, your heels towards the mat. You're pushing the mat away with your hands isometrically. And begin to walk your dog, bending one knee, straightening it, sending your heel to the mat, and go back and forth like pedaling in place. And then let both heels come back to the mat. Look between your hands and begin to walk your hands, your feet, sorry, your feet to your hands. And fold over in Uttanasana, forward fold. And take opposite elbows with your hands and just swing from side to side. And come to center. Release your arms, send them out to the side to help you come up. Your knees are soft. Bring your prayer overhead and down to your heart. Okay. Come to your mountain. All right, so let's get set up in our mountain, feet firm into the earth, crown of your head lifting up, shoulders come forward, up, back, down. Let your arms fall comfortably by your side naturally. Bring your belly towards your spine to lift your ribs a little bit. Soften your shoulders. Head over heart. Crown of your head reaching to the heavens. Inhale, gather. Exhale, bring that energy to your heart twice more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. So in honor of the new moon and this moving from one phase to the other, we're just going to do a few moon poses, right? So step your feet wide apart. Your arms in a V shape. And feel the strength of this. This is your 5-pointed star. Feel like you are glowing. And then allow the full moon to cuddle in the curve of your spine in a little bit of a back bend. Feel that moon behind you. And then bring your hands together overhead, interlace your fingers, and come to a mountain spine, back to a mountain spine. You're going to inhale, and then on an exhale, you're going to fold as far over, but do it from your hip sockets, not your belly, to draw that half moon. And you're going to retrace it as you push your feet into the mat and make your way back up. Step your feet together. Inhale, exhale, waxing crescent moon. Inhale to center, exhale, waning crescent moon. Inhale to center. Step your feet apart. Open up your arms, come into goddess arms, because the moon is where the goddess lives, right? So your goddess knees can be just a little bent, you know, they can be just soft like that, or they can be as deep as your body allows. So go only as far as your arms allow. So you're in cactus arms. Bring your right hand in front of your belly, frame your head with your left. Inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale other side. Inhale to center, bring your hands on to your thighs. Point your feet forward. And squat down just a little bit more. We're going to do some cats and dogs from here with these wide legs, just to put this into our moon. So send your heart forward and send your spine back behind you. Send it forward and back. We want to release our spine, keep our spine nice and healthy, keep all those little vertebrae nice and happy. And then come forward into your dog spine. And we're going to come to our quarter moon, and we'll do that by bringing our feet together. Bend both your knees this time, because we're only going to do this once. Send your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers. Come to a flat back and send your arms as far up as possible or back behind you, like the tail of the number 4. I don't know if that's a tail. Push your feet in. No. Stay where you are. Release your hands. Step your feet far apart. If your knees could be very bent so that your hands can come to the floor. And then fold over to reveal the new moon. Then push your feet into the mat for stability. Fly your arms out to the side, all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart. All right, excellent. Okay, so our homage to the new moon, to the moon. Just breathe for a moment. Just stand and feel. Feel everything you've done so far. Feel how it's manifesting in your body. Feel if you are more flexible than when you started. Just feel. Feel your strength, feel your power, feel your ability to do whatever you set out to do. Bend your knees, roll your shoulders, and we'll make our way down to the mat with one final pose before Shavasana. So you're flat on your back again. Come all the way down. Bring your feet to the mat. Lift your hips a little bit, sending them toward your heels to lengthen your spine. Shoulders on them flat on the mat. Arms alongside your body. If you have something you can slide underneath your hips, you'll push your feet into the mat, lift your hips, and bring whatever you may have, a pillow, a blanket, a block, underneath your hips. Then send one, and if you don't have anything, you'll just do this from straight from the floor. One leg and then the other leg straight up. Again, imagine that your hips and your legs are against a wall. Okay. I'm going to spend a little time here, but you can come down anytime you wish. Allow those excess fluids to drain. Allow this pose to slow your heart rate down a little bit, to stabilize and begin the relaxation process. Bring both your feet to the mat. Lift your hips if you have anything underneath and slide out, and then make your way into Shavasana, extending one leg and then the other flat on the mat, legs splay open naturally. Your arms are rotated so that your palms can face upward. Feel your whole back body giving in to gravity, letting go, allowing change. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Take a deep breath. Begin to reawaken your body, gentle movements to your hands and feet. Send your arms overhead, back behind you, your feet in the opposite direction for a last full body stretch. Then bring your knees into your chest and hug them and roll from side to side. Come back to center. Roll over on to your right side to come into a fetal position, exposing your left side, the moon side, in homage to our changing place. And when you're ready, make your way up to sit. And bring your hands to your heart. And make yourself ready for meditation. If you're not staying with us for meditation, I wish you a beautiful day filled with beautiful transformations. Get into your comfortable seat. Close your eyes. And just follow your natural breath. Feel the journey your breath makes from inhale to exhale. And whenever a thought comes to mind that distracts you, acknowledge it. And then come right back to your breath and to the place where we were in meditation. Now imagine yourself out in a wooded area and you come towards the mountainside. And just notice first what's all around you. The trees, the earth, the sky, the color of the sky. And you notice that the sun is at just a right angle, that it's lighting up what looks like an entrance to a cave in that mountainside. And you walk toward it. And you step inside, and with the sunlight, seems to light up one whole wall, one whole side of this cave. And to your amazement, you see beautiful pictures, beautiful carvings on the wall. They look ancient. And there are 4 different murals, as if they were murals, one next to each other. 4 different sections. And from the distance where you're standing, you can make them all out. You can see them all at once. And going above all 4 of these panels is what looks like a sky. It's lightly colored. In the middle, there is a shape of a sun. There are what look like birds flying. And then above this long line is another line, and it's a darker color. And in the middle is a moon, and you can see all the phases of the moon have been drawn on this night sky above the day sky, going all across those same 4 panels. And from the position where you're standing, it is just amazing. Wow. And then you look over at the first panel, the first drawing, and as you come closer, you notice what's represented there. There are men with bows and arrows, shooting the arrows depicted as flying across the sky. There are piles of bodies. It is a horrific scene, clearly some sort of war taking place, some sort of chaos. It's totally chaotic. People are dying. That is your recommendation, your idea, your perception of what that shows. And then in the next panel, you see circles, circles that are linked with other circles, forming a great big circle. And as you walk toward it, you notice that each circle is made up of people, of little figures representing men and women and even children. And they're holding hands to create one circle, and then another, and then another, and they're all interlinked, all together. And you're not quite sure what to make of it, but it's quite beautiful. There are different colors. It is over the sun that is above seems to be shining right between this mural and the next one to the right. So you look over to the next one and you see trees and you see animals of all sorts. Imagine them, see them there. And you see baskets filled with fruits and berries and grains and what looks like a field of wheat. This abundance, beautiful abundance. And then the last panel is completely blank. And you notice standing in front of it, there is this figure of a man. There is a man standing there, and he has a headband around his long head, a feather in that headband. He's wearing a vest over his shirt, beaded. You think to yourself, he looks like a shaman. He looks like a native to this land. And he turns to look at you, and he smiles at you. And you ask for his guidance. And he takes you back to the first mural. And he says, this is part of our nature. We allow anger, greed, and hatred to shadow our true selves, our love. And chaos results. These whole 4 panels represent you and me and everyone. And you may be a little disturbed by that first one. And then he comes to the second, the circles coming together, and he says, this is when we have shed that bitterness, that dark period, that chaos, and come back to love. And we all connect. And we allow the sun to shine on us. And we are reborn in love, interconnected love. And in this next mural, he points out the abundance that is the result of all of that love and the harmony of nature with man and woman and beast. And then he walks over to the last panel and you say, but I don't understand. Why is it blank? And he says, it's because it's for you to fill in. It's for you to create the next phase of your life. For you to start anew, bringing with you all the good that you have experienced. So take some time now to paint your picture. Take a deep breath and let it go. And bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head. And allow yourself to return to your body. And as you lift your head, you will open your eyes. Thank you so much for being with me here today.